Hey guys, do you ever wish that you could just go home and dinner was done? Well, you kind of sort of can when you learn how to use your freezer. Now at Diet Doctor, we prepared a comprehensive guide for you on how to prepare foods, freeze them, and then enjoy them as complete meals or ingredients that are prepped and ready for you. But first, before you see the guide, let me show you some tips and things that I've used in my freezer. So what are the foods that freeze best? Well, you can focus on meals that are already cooked. Soups, casseroles, things like that freeze really well. You can also make things like our yummy Keto Pizza and prepare the crust and freeze just the pre-baked crust, or prepare the entire pizza and freeze it in slices. Another thing that freezes really well are meatballs. You can freeze them uncooked, pull them out, put them straight in the skillet or the oven, or you can cook them first and freeze them separately or in sauce. You can also freeze ingredients, whether it's barbecue sauce that you'll use later, or just chopped peppers and onions that you can go ahead and put into the freezer, pull out, and toss into a recipe without any chopping or mixing. So when you're freezing foods, what's really important is protecting them so that they don't get freezer burnt and so that they taste just as yummy when you take them out as they did when you put them in. So I'm going to show you a couple of containers that I use. One of the most important things is whether you use glass or you use plastic is that you seal it carefully. Now, these containers are made to put in the freezer and they come in different sizes. Something like this is great for small servings or even like individual meals. Something like this is even better if you want 2 servings. And then there's even a larger container. This is where I'd put like soups or stews or chilies. Make sure that you take a pen and mark the top so that you'll remember what you put in there. Another tip for avoiding freezer burn is to wrap the food first. So there are things like freezer paper that have a wax coating on one side and a paper on the other that are perfect for wrapping cuts of meat or things like pizza. You can also use wax paper if you don't have freezer paper. Not only do I tend to wrap things in paper like this, or you can use foil or even wrap it in plastic wrap, but then use a freezer safe bag. They come in lots of different sizes, and you can even use a Sharpie to write on them what they are. Here's another size, which is really perfect for cooked meats or even soups or stews or vegetables. You can put cooked vegetables in here or soups, flatten it out, let it freeze flat, and then it's really super easy to stack and get a lot of room in your freezer. Let's take a look at my freezer and I'll show you some of the treasures I have over there. So here is my pumpkin puree, and notice I put them in this container. It's pretty full. I burped out the air, and that way it'll protect it from freezer burn. So whenever I'm ready to make a pumpkin dessert for the holidays, my pumpkin puree is ready for me. I also have used the glass containers for some pesto, and notice that I left a little bit of room there so that as it expanded, as it froze, there's plenty of room. This is a perfect size for a pesto for my family. And I have meatballs. They're labeled, and these were cooked with some sauce. And again, I tried to fill it up, burp out the air so that there wouldn't be freezer burn. Here is my Keto Pizza. I cooked it, wrapped it in freezer paper in individual slices. So we can now take out just 1 or 2 slices, or all 5 if we're feeding the entire family or one hungry husband. So if you're going to prep ahead of time, make sure that you use the appropriate container, whether it's glass, plastic, or wrap. Make sure that you wrap it so that the air's out of it so there's no freezer burn. Make sure you label it so that you know exactly what you're getting. And then you can come home to almost dinner being done.